The goal here is to just start aligning what you like with what you're good at. When those two things intersect, you're much closer to finding the right path.
I'm Lisa Harding, ex-EdTech CEO turned certified teacher career coach. It wasn't all that long ago that I was recruiting, interviewing, and hiring teachers for roles in corporate America. Teachers that ended up being some of my all-time best employees. Fast forward through my own career transition, where I left my role as CEO to become a stay-at-home mom, I now work with and empower teachers to transform their lives by turning their once distant career dreams into realities. In this podcast, I give you simple, actionable, step-by-step strategies to help you do the same. If you're a burnt-out teacher or simply need a change and you're looking to create a life you love, you're in the right place, friend. Let's get started.
Hi there, and welcome back to Beyond the Classroom. I'm so glad you're here. If this is your first time listening, I'm Lisa Harding, your career coach, to guide you through the journey of your life after teaching. Today, we're talking about one of the biggest questions career-changing teachers face. What career path is right for me? Maybe you've been thinking about this for a while. You know you want to leave the classroom, but choosing your next step feels like a huge, daunting decision. With so many possibilities out there, it's easy to get stuck in that cycle of indecision. But don't worry, I've got you covered, because in this episode, I'm going to help you identify the career path that feels like the best fit for you. Now, this episode was actually inspired by one of my group coaching sessions that I host called How to Get Started with Your Teacher Career Transition. And if you haven't joined that session, I highly recommend grabbing a spot. I'll give you a link to join absolutely free in the show notes. It's a 1-hour group coaching session, and I can just cover a lot more ground. But for now, let's dive into today's episode. We're going to break things down together so that you can gain clarity and start moving forward. So, if you want, grab a pen and paper or just open up those listening ears and let's dive in. So, let's start with a question. What do you really want in your next career? It's easy to get caught up in all the practical reasons for a career change. Better work-life balance, more flexibility, a healthier, happier you. But what if you went a little deeper? Take a moment and think about what you actually want. Do you want to feel more creative? Do you want to be more hands-on? Do you want to help others in a way that you've helped your students? Sometimes we get so wrapped up in what we should be doing that we forget to ask ourselves what we truly want out of this next chapter of life. So here's your homework. At some point, it doesn't have to be now, but grab a piece of paper and just jot down 3 to 5 things that you love doing or that you might want to do in your next career. Think about the tasks in your classroom that you absolutely love. Think about the skills that those tasks use. And don't worry about whether it seems realistic or not. Just get it down on paper. Once you've gotten clear on what you want and what you love, it's time to reflect on your strengths. What are the skills and talents you've developed over the years as a teacher? Remember, I talked earlier about how your teaching skills are super transferable, but now we're going to take it a step further. What do you enjoy doing? Maybe you love organizing and planning. Well, hello, project management. Or perhaps you love helping people solve problems. That's perfect for roles in customer support or coaching, or maybe you love data and reports, and a role in data analysis could be a fit. Here's another exercise for you. Take all those things that you wrote down in your what I love or what I want list, and then match them with your strengths. For example, if you want more creativity, are you someone who enjoys designing and brainstorming ideas? If you want to work with people, maybe a career in sales or human resources could be a great fit. The goal here is to just start aligning what you like with what you're good at. When those two things intersect, you're much closer to finding the right path.
Today's episode is sponsored by the Teacher Career Transition Academy. Our academy provides expert career coaching, professional resume and cover letter templates, small group coaching sessions, and a supportive peer network. The best way to jumpstart your career change journey is to enroll in my free Beyond the Classroom Masterclass. Visit teachercareertransitionacademy.com/masterclass to enroll now. I'll also drop the link to register for free in the show notes of this episode. This free masterclass is sure to kickstart your journey or give you the boost you need to move the needle if you're already in the career change process. Enroll for free at teachercareertransitionacademy.com/masterclass.
We have a whole activity, and I can dive a lot deeper into helping you with this in the group coaching session, but I just want to lay a foundation in today's podcast episode. Now, let's talk about how to actually find career options that are right for you. The key here is to do your research. You've already done the internal work. Now it's time to look outwards. To help get you on your journey, if you haven't already downloaded the free career directory, I'm also going to link that for you. It has over 200 career profiles that talks about skills and interests, average US salary range, and it's a one-pager on over 200 careers that can help get you started. You can go through that and start jotting down the potential careers that align with your strengths and desires. Don't censor yourself at this part. Just get creative. Look for roles that you haven't thought of before and keep your mind open to interesting ideas. Here's the trick. You don't just look at the job titles. Make sure you're looking at the skills that are required, the type of work environment, and all of that will be included in the directory. If you don't want to use the directory, of course, you can just go out to Google and start looking for jobs as well. But I think the directory is a really great place to narrow your focus, and it also gives you a lot of information about that career in one place. At this stage, you're just gathering ideas. You're not committing to anything yet. This is just about opening your eyes and broadening your options and letting your curiosity guide you. Then it's when you start, after you do that, is when you start narrowing things down. So of those options, pick one or two that you're going to dig deeper into. Ask yourself, which of these excites me the most? Which one aligns best with my lifestyle goals and my values? And which career paths seem like the most realistic option given my experience and interests? Don't worry about choosing the perfect career. It's more important to choose something that feels like it's a good fit for now. The key is just to get started. Start gathering more information along the way because you can't dive deep into hundreds of careers. So start with two, dive deep into those two careers, and then go back and pick two more. If you're still not sure what a career is about, or if it's one to put on your short list, I always recommend to folks in the Teacher Career Transition Academy to have as many informational interviews as they can. And if you're not familiar with that term, these are informal chats with people who are already in the field that you're considering. You can ask them what the job is really like, what skills are most important, how they got started, what advice they would have for someone wanting to break into the field. Not only will this help you learn more about the role, but it might also spark new ideas for you. And maybe the best part is it's going to start opening up your network for when jobs become available. All right, so let's wrap it up. I know this was a lot to get you started, but it's all about identifying things internally, so your strengths that align with what you enjoy. Then from there, you have a core group of skills that you're looking to satisfy. Then you can start reading descriptions of various jobs and making a short list. Then once you have your short list, you're going to go in and do that deeper research on each of those careers. You're probably going to hit some brick walls, and that's okay because it's a process. And finding out that a certain career is not for you at this stage is just as important as finding one that might be for you. Make sure you're just doing lots of reflecting on what you want, identifying your strengths, and then do research on all those amazing opportunities. I'm going to link 2 resources that are going to help you dive deeper into these topics. The first being that career directory with the 200 profiles that you can use, and then the free coaching session on how to start your teacher career transition. In this session, we work through how to identify your skills, how to translate them into strong bullet points, but then we go more into how to match those to different careers. I can cover much more ground in a coaching session than on a podcast, but I hope this is going to help you get in the right direction. Before you go, please take a minute to subscribe to our podcast so you don't miss any future episodes. And if you found today's episode helpful and you love these short, quick tidbits, let me know your feedback in the comments. I really appreciate if you could leave a review. Your feedback helps other teachers just like you find this podcast and helps them start their own career transitions. And until next time, friends, please remember your journey is just the beginning. Embrace the adventure.